Our Story Productions presents the Cocklebur Morning Show, where we weed out the big stories from throughout Sweet Swine County with Bobby Ray and Sally Sue.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you and welcome to the Cocklebur Morning Show. Sally Sue is on assignment this week, so joining me today from the hit segment, Hidden Away, Not Forgotten, none other than Clarice. Welcome, Clarice. It's glad to have you here.
Thank you. It's great to be here, Bobby Ray.
I'll tell you, it's good to see you again, Clarice. I got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, as I'm sure you know, Clarice is probably one of the best reporters that she travels throughout the county, and she visits many points of interest outside of Sweet Swine County, and she reports back to us. And I have to tell you, Clarice, you have truly amazed me and brought some great, interesting stories to the forefront. I'm very impressed.
Well, thank you, Bobby Ray. I have to tell you, I have really enjoyed visiting every one of the places that I have been to. But you know, I also really enjoy your weekend adventures.
This time it's not going to be necessarily about my weekend, it's about a planned upcoming week. So without further ado, let's go to
Bobby Ray's Weekend Adventures.
Springfield, Minnesota. Outdoor Nativity. For 25 years, the small community of Springfield, Minnesota has provided a unique celebration to the community and surrounding area. This town of about 2,200 people presents an outdoor nativity pageant second to none. Hundreds of volunteers are used to produce the pageant. 25 years ago, the pageant started with 6 performances per year and a double cast, with each cast performing in 3 shows.
Wow.
Over the years, the pageant has been streamlined to 2 shows annually. The 25th year will be commemorated with a book, video, and celebratory dinner around Thanksgiving time. One performance is held at 7 p.m. the second Friday and Saturday in December on the City Park football field. Each production of the Christmas story lasts about 40 minutes. It includes Mary, Joseph, baby Jesus in a manger. Angels and real animals are included as well. A 50-person choir provides Christmas music. Great. After the show, warm up with refreshments served at the Springfield Community Center.
Great.
Since the pageant is held outdoors, it's best to dress accordingly.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, sure, don't you know? For more information about this pageant, contact the Springfield Chamber of Commerce at 507-794-4731. You might see me there. And that, folks, is another one of
Bobby Ray's Weekend Adventures.
Well, Bobby Ray, that just sounds like a great weekend coming up. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Pretty excited about that, that's for sure.
Well, great. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring on our next guest. And from the county of LeSueur, the town of New Prague, I'd like to welcome Jerry Minar.
Oh, welcome, Jerry. Welcome.
Thanks. It's good to be here.
So, Jerry, I understand that you and your wife have a restaurant in New Prague.
We have a restaurant right in the southwest corner of New Prague called the Landmark Cafe.
Okay.
And we're open 7 days a week. However, we do breakfast and lunch only, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. We feature concertinas, and there's about 60-some concertinas in there right now.
Wow.
A book was written revolving around the history of the concertina. A lot of the work on the book took place in the restaurant, and the color section of the book is actually the display that I have there, the whole history of the concertina. And so we love our concertinas, and don't want you to think that it's going to be drowned out with music. We play from time to time, and that's a steady diet. But a lot of people just love to look at the concertinas because of the ornate beauty. You have the instrument. There's 600-some rhinestones flashing on the concertina.
Wow.
And prior to this type of decorating, we had mother of pearl abalone, which was the case with the little one down in front here, and there's a number of those on displays. We've got 374 reeds in here that are vibrating. The tiny one to produce the high sound is a little reed about the size of my little fingernail, and then the lowest note is a great big reed about A long with a hunk of solder on the tip. The concertina has a different sound when you push and pull, and has buttons on both sides, whereas the accordion
Is buttons on- okay.
Accordion has a piano keyboard on the right side, and then the same sound push and pull.
So, Jerry, I've actually been in New Prague, and I've been in your restaurant.
Good. That's
and
great.
seen all the concertinas there.
Super.
So tell us a little bit about your restaurant.
Sure. Well, first of all, we ran the restaurant since 1996, and then my wife has about 10 more years before that of working in restaurants. And so we do breakfast and lunch.
Great.
My wife has gotten to be well known for a Czech soup called vamachka.
Awesome.
And, and it's an old secret recipe. She won't tell anybody what the recipe is.
Not even you?
Not even me, not even the kids. A few other Czech things on the menu, such as a Czech sausage called jitrnici. And then, of course, a few German things. My wife Bev does German potato salad, and she does dumplings and that kind of thing too.
Awesome.
So yeah, and nothing on the menu over $10.
Wow.
Oh, that's great.
That is awesome.
Yep. And I'll stroll around and play a tune.
And I saw you play a tune the day
Sure.
I was there.
Oh, good.
Now tell us a little bit about how did you get involved with the concertina?
Well, Clarice, I started as a youngster. I was a little shaver, and I kind of grew up with this music. And concertinas and accordions, when I was growing up, that's all you heard on the radio. And so I started playing, and then I started teaching. When I was still in high school, a company in Hutchinson recruited me as a teacher. And so I taught the instrument, accordion and concertina. I also played the accordion. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. But I play them both, and so I was teaching for this company, and then at some point in time, I got interested in tuning the concertina.
Tuning it.
Yeah,
Okay.
creating the sound, you know, and that led to being a concertina repairman, and then it led to me being a dealer with several different distributors, and then I ended up working with Christy Hengel in 1995, and Hengel is the person that took over the Chicago factory.
Oh, okay.
That went out of business after World War II. So Hengel brings it to New Ulm in actually to Minnesota. First Sleepy Eye, then Waseca, and then New Ulm, from 55 up to the day he died in 2007.
Okay.
So we build a Hengel now. After my preliminary instruction from Hengel, we build the instrument in New Prague.
Outstanding.
Very cool.
How does one proceed playing a concertina?
Well, Bobby Ray, the instrument was actually invented as the working man's instrument. Okay.
Really? Okay.
Yep, that's correct. In 1834, when it was invented in East Germany, the situation was that the affluent people had their harpsichords, pianos, violins.
Sure.
The working class, our ancestors, they came here for a better life, right?
Sure.
Okay. They didn't have anything.
No.
There was no radios, no phonographs, no nothing. And so this Karl Uhlig is his name. He invents the concertina, the simple little instrument, 5 buttons per side, but it's music, right? And so then it's popular, gains popularity in Germany, and of course into Czechoslovakia, the neighboring country. And in 1893, it's featured at the Chicago World's Fair. And then it bursts on the scene in Chicago, and a lot of manufacturing and promotion and that kind of thing takes place in Chicago. And then after World War II, it starts to come to Minnesota. And in 1955, the Hengel concertina was born. And in 1995, we took over production of the Hengel concertina. So as we speak, the concertina is now being manufactured in New Prague, Minnesota. Right now, I think we're kind of the hot spot of concertina in Minnesota. We have 4 clubs. In case you didn't notice, I'm wearing my club shirt here.
Okay.
From the New Prague Concertina Club, which was formed in 1997.
Okay.
We have 280 some members.
Oh my.
Yep, isn't that something? Being it's a working class, invented for the working class, it plays by numbers.
Oh, okay.
See the numbers?
Oh, how
Yes.
interesting.
We got numbers on the left side for the bass accompaniment, and the right side has numbers too.
So it's almost like a musical paint by number.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly, Bobby Ray.
Good analogy, huh?
Yeah. Very good, very good. And furthermore, it stayed the same for over 100 years.
Wow.
In other words,
okay.
I've got a sheet of music here that was published, copyrighted in 1910, which is exactly 100 years ago. I can play that on my concertina that we build today, and vice versa.
All right, now I'm sure our viewers are going to want to know the clubs and so on and so forth. What costs are involved? What happens?
Oh, okay. Well, to join a club, it varies from say $15 to $20 a year to join the club. You get
That's
a
not
monthly
bad.
newsletter and a
Right.
sheet of music.
Right.
So you can't go wrong on that.
No.
Right.
The sheet of music is worth that.
Sure.
And now to get into playing concertina, one can rent one.
Oh.
And through the club, we have a scholarship program too, where young people can get up to
nice.
$200 to take lessons and rent a concertina. And now to get into it, the price range of a concertina would vary quite a bit. The bottom end would be, say, about maybe somewhere around $400 to $500 for the bottom.
That's very
and then
reasonable.
And then
Yes,
they
it
go
is.
right up to about 14,000.
Well, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm
right,
sure,
yeah.
depending on how
This is beautiful.
how well you want it designed and decorated and such.
Right. And actually, Bobby Ray, the higher end ones are not only beautiful, but they perform. They perform like a Corvette automobile. Pick up one of our concertinas, you can know right away this baby wants to play.
Sure.
And so a musician can express himself. You can play soft, you can play loud, and it responds.
Wow.
And, so that's a quality that is highly sought after in today's concertina world.
Sure.
Very,
Sure.
very impressive.
So, can we hear you play a little bit?
Please,
Sure.
that'd be great.
I'd be delighted. Here's one of my favorite tunes. Goes back to the 1950s, I think. Whatever will be, will be.
Okay. Outstanding. I had a vision of Doris Day.
There you go. There you go. You could have sang along.
I don't think so. That would have ruined the entire performance.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm sure it would have. That's okay. My mom used to say I couldn't carry a tune in a handbasket. She's
People
probably
ask me too, Jerry, don't you sing? I say, I only sing in the shower.
correct. Good answer. Good answer.
There we go.
Jerry, it's been great to have you here today.
Thanks, Bobby Ray.
And before you go, what I'd like to do, if you would allow us the time,
Sure.
is we'd like to join a citizen from Sweet Swine County
Okay.
who has discovered another point of interest outside Sweet Swine. Do you have time?
Okay, go for it.
All right, let's do it.
Would you like to learn more about a community you're visiting? Then stop into their library. Hello, I'm Caroline, a librarian who's doing research for my book, Memoirs of a Librarian. No huge city library can compare with the coziness of the small-town libraries in southern Minnesota, with their rich history and commitment to providing information and entertainment to their patrons. The New Richland Public Library is a member of the Waseca-LeSueur Regional Library System and the Traverse des Sioux Library System. They offer books, both fiction and nonfiction, as well as audiobooks and large print books. The children's section includes many books on tape, as well as regular books, junior fiction, and nonfiction. The library also carries magazines, newspapers, music CDs, and video movies. If patrons desire a publication not currently carried in the library, it can be obtained through the Traverse des Sioux Library System. 2 computers located in the lobby provide patrons with internet access. The New Richland Historical Commission is currently fundraising to move the library into the former Oddfellows building. Built in 1902, the Oddfellows building has been added to the National Registry of Historic Buildings. The expanded library would include larger computer capacity, special reading and activity areas for children, youth, and adults, and a private meeting room. The New Richland Public Library is located at 129 South Broadway. It is open Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 12:30 to 6 p.m. and Saturdays 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. You may contact the library at 507-364-7615 or check their website at wasicalesurlibraries.com/New Richland. Well, this has been a wonderful experience, and I hope you visit this library soon. As for me, I'll be sure to include it in my book, Memoirs of a Librarian.
Bobby Ray, that was a great
That sure
segment.
was. That was outstanding.
Yes.
And you know, I want to tell you something. We want to thank Jerry for being here today.
Absolutely.
But before we
My
go,
pleasure.
because I know our viewers are going to want to know how to get in touch with you.
Sure. Yep.
Please, would you mind sharing your phone number and how we could get in touch with you?
Hey, I'd love to do that.
That'd be great.
Sure, Bobby Ray. Basically, there's two phone numbers. There's my music business, JBM Sound Incorporated, and that number is 952-758-4797. Then there's Landmark Cafe, where we're open from 6 to 2, 7 days a week, and good food and the Concertina exhibit. That phone number is 952-758-6772.
Great.
Jerry, we really want to thank you very much for being here today. This
Thanks,
has been
Bob.
very, very instructional and
Thanks, everybody.
also entertaining.
Thank you.
Look forward to coming to your restaurant.
That's be great. Love to see you.
We'd also like to thank all of you, our viewers, for joining us again. And until the next time, please watch the Cocklebur Morning Show, where we weed out the big stories throughout Sweet Swine County. Bye-bye.
Bye.